Hi, where's the attendance quiz located?
So go to D2L and then look under quizzes. So under assessment, under quizzes, you will see an attendance quiz with today's date on it.
Okay.
Got it? Okay. And then just enter the code, and then it's just going to ask you for your name. So enter your full name, please. And that's all you have to do.
Okay. Did I miss anything last class? I'm sorry, I couldn't figure out how to get on, but I got it all figured out.
No,
now.
last class, so let me just address this for everyone. So last class was really just about answering questions about the first lecture. So just make sure that you're caught up in terms of listening to the lectures that are posted on YouTube, and the link for that is on page 3 of your syllabus.
Okay. I don't know why my D2L has just been being so funky. Like I can't, it's not, I might have to exit out of Zoom to do this really quick.
Okay, yeah.
Let me see this. Oh, there we go. We're good.
Okay, great. So I'm going to mute you again for just a moment. Okay, so hello everyone. Welcome. Today is our first activity day. So I'm glad you could all join. We're just going to give another minute or so for everyone else if there's anyone else who wants to join. So once again, if you're just joining now, you just go to D2L, go under assessment, go under quizzes. You will find today's attendance quiz. You will be asked to enter a passcode. The code is 9424, and then it's going to ask for your name. Please do enter your full name. That is most helpful. And like I said, in just a minute, we'll move on from this and go into today's activity. Today's activity will be relatively short, on the shorter side. It's not going to take the whole time, so later on I'll open it back up for questions, and we can certainly address those. Okay, so today's activity is going to be about creating hypotheses. And don't worry, you're going to get to do this in groups, so you don't have to worry about having to create one of these on your own. And I'm even going to give you some inspiration for creating a hypothesis. If you remember, hypotheses are simply statements about a research study indicating which way you think things will work out. So if I was studying two different light sources, let's say, one that is your regular good old fluorescent lamp, and one that is a brand new Acme lamp that's supposed to be way better. And I was seeing if students would be able to memorize more words if they were using the fluorescent lamp versus the new Acme lamp. And let's say I really believed in this new Acme lamp, and I thought that would produce more word memorization for those students. So what I might say is, those students memorizing words using the Acme lamp will be able to remember more words than those using the fluorescent lamp. Right? So that's a statement that gives you, and it meets a couple of criteria that I'll introduce in just a second. But what it does is it gives you a real nice idea of what we're studying here, which direction we think the outcome's going to go. We think those with the Acme lamp are going to do better, and a little bit of a hint as to what you think might be some of the participants. You start getting a sense this might be students, this may be college students, what the materials look like, what the apparatus might be that you're using, all those sort of things. It's giving you hints at that. Okay, so let me, with that said, and if at any time what I'm saying is giving you pause or a question, please go ahead and go to the chat feature, which again is under more, and then you go up to chat, and then you can type a question into there, and I will get to you as soon as I can. Okay, so I'm just going to quick show you the next slide, and then we're going to look at the following slide, and then we'll do the activity. So the next slide are some different headlines, and don't feel like you have to take all these down. There's some different headlines that I have come across historically, and I want to give each of you, each of the groups, a headline that will be inspirational to you. Okay, so I'm going to use, I don't think we're going to have 12 groups today, so I'm going to use the 12th one to give you an example. Most earthquake damage is caused by shaking. Okay. So makes me kind of think about natural disasters, makes me kind of think about what kind of emotional damage people experience after disasters. So maybe I want to do a study that looks at people's emotional health, looks at maybe post-traumatic stress symptoms, maybe a month after a natural disaster such as an earthquake. Okay. So I don't have to stick exactly to what the headline says. In fact, if I don't like that headline, maybe I say, you know what, I'm actually really interested in art, and I would like to do a study around artists, whether people who spend more time producing art have greater quality of life than those who don't. That's another possible idea, right? And that has nothing to do with the earthquake stuff. All I'm trying to do is give you a little bit of inspiration. So in a little while, in just a couple minutes, I'm going to break you out into groups. And what'll happen is you'll just be in the group with one or two other people, and I'd like you to use the headline that corresponds to your group number, which you'll see once you're in the group, as inspiration, or come up with your own hypothesis. Now, when you're coming up with your hypothesis, I'd like you to consider these four things that we talked about in lecture 2. Try to come up with a hypothesis where your study could be repeatable, right? Now, that's a little tough with natural disasters, but maybe you would say under the conditions of an earthquake, you know, then it's repeatable. Then we could do the same study. But try to come up with something that could be repeated by someone else. Observable. You want it to be able to be observed, right? Otherwise, how are you going to collect your data? Testable, something that can be tested, and as specific as possible. Notice I didn't just say in the end, I want to see if people are mentally healthy after a month. I said, I want to see if they have post-traumatic stress symptoms. I went for something rather specific. Okay, all right. So hopefully that helps a little bit. So again, with the earthquake, I could come up with a hypothesis that says those who were within a mile of an earthquake that was at least this severe had more post-traumatic stress symptoms a month later than those who were further away from the earthquake, who were at least 5 miles away from the earthquake. Okay, so something like that. Okay, hope that helps. Please chat whether you're in or out of the groups. I can still get your chats even if you're in the groups, but right now I'm going to break you up into groups so that you can come up with a hypothesis. I'm going to give you about 10 minutes once you're in the breakout rooms. So if you have additional time, please feel free to start thinking through Okay, so what does this look like? What does this, yeah, Jasmine, I'll answer that in just a sec. What does this look like? How does the study look like? So we're creating a hypothesis based on the headline. Sure, yes, that's one option. Option A, create a hypothesis based on the headline. Option B, I hate the headline. I'm going to come up with something creative to come up with a hypothesis about. Those are your two options, okay? So you're each assigned one headline, either create a hypothesis based on that headline, or if you don't like that headline, come up with something creative. Okay, and I'll try to stop into the different rooms to check in and see how you're doing. Okay, all right, so you're going to see me popping in. Okay, so now back to the breakout rooms, and we have, okay, so I'm going to create the rooms, and then once you're ready, please join the room and get started. Oh wait, I didn't open them. That doesn't help you, does it? Okay, now they're open. So now please join the rooms and get started. Hey Rachel, I see you just joined. We're working on an assignment. I'm going to assign you to a breakout room to join in, and hopefully they'll kind of catch you up there a little bit. And in terms of the attendance quiz, the number is 9424. Okay, so let me put you in the breakout room and chat back if you have any questions, okay? Okay, so John and Rachel, please feel free to, Rachel already joined. John, you should see something where you can join the breakout room. So please, if you can find that, go ahead and do that. If you're struggling, please feel free to let me know. Jermaine and Jared, are you done?
No, we just wanted to come back and see what.
Oh, you need
Yeah,
your hypothesis. I'm going to
yeah.
send them. Hang on one sec, but
All
yeah,
right, it
feel free
sounds
to write
good.
it down. Feel free to write it down, but I'm going to send it to you too. Good point.
Okay,
Probably
sounds
not
good.
very
Thank you.
helpful. Okay, yeah, thanks for telling me. Hi guys. I just sent you the list of hypotheses. Are you able to see which hypothesis you are supposed to be working with?
I
We
can't
saw
see
it.
anything.
You didn't get
It
the
like
message. Okay. It didn't come
it popped
through.
up for like a second and then it disappeared.
That's not good. Okay, so I'm going to tell you. The one, you're group 5, right? So
Yeah.
You are how your smell can reveal if you are sick. How your smell can reveal if you are sick. So if you don't like that, go with something else. Go be creative, okay? Could be anything. But that's the one for your group.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All right, I'm going to leave your room now and check in with some others.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. How do I? Okay.
Watch Netflix. Hi.
Hi. So I heard that the headlines aren't coming across very clear. I don't know if you were able to see it, but your headline is Wikipedia wants you to hear voices.
Yeah, we saw that.
You
We
saw
didn't
it.
like it.
Yeah.
You
We
don't
didn't
like it. So
that
let's go
headline.
with something else. Go with something else. That's totally fine. Maybe this chaos will cause more creativity. So great. Okay. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm gonna leave you now.
All right, thanks.
Okay, sure. Let's see how I leave. Okay, join. Yes.
Hi.
Hello.
So I just wanted to check in and see if you were able to see the headline. Your headline was the worst airports in the U.S. I don't know if you saw that or not, and you don't have to use it. You can use something on your own, but I just wanted to share that with you.
Okay.
Okay, so
Right.
maybe that gives you some inspiration. I know now is not a time when people are flying a lot, but maybe even that gives you inspiration. So I'll leave you to it. If you have any questions, let me know.
All right.
Okay,
Thank you.
absolutely. Group 3. Group 3, I just wanted to check in with you, and I wanted to let you know that your headline is 5 mistakes women make at the doctor's office. So if you like that, you're welcome to use that. If you don't like that, you're welcome to come up with your own. So Brandon, Sean, if you have any questions, let me know. Other than that, just continue talking to each other. And like I said, let me know if you have any questions, and I'm going to leave you to it. Okay? All right.
Thank you.
Yes, you're very welcome. Hang on one second.
Yeah.
Hi, did I already check in with you guys?
No.
Okay, so hi. I just want to share with you that your headline was, how are all of those screens changing kids' behavior? So I don't know if you saw that or not, but if you didn't, I want to share that with you. Are you doing okay so far?
Yeah, we actually have a hypothesis, but I had a quick question.
Perfect. Of course, yeah, go ahead.
So we wrote a hypothesis for it, but like as far as like testability goes, like you can test a hypothesis, but you can't like replicate a hypothesis. So did you want us to create a study based off of our hypothesis that can be replicated?
So since you have some extra time, start thinking through what that study would look like. Okay. Yeah. What kind of participants you might have, what kind of materials you might need, those sort of things. Make sense?
Yep, thank you.
Okay, perfect. Absolutely. I'm going to leave you to it in just a second. I'm going to go on to my next room. Okay, have a good one. I'll see you in a bit.
You too, thanks.
Okay, join. Hi.
Hi.
Just checking in with you guys.
We weren't sure if you wanted us to put our hypothesis in the chat or just wait until we came back in a group. We did come up with a hypothesis though.
Perfect. No, you just wait until you come back in the group. I'm going to talk to each group separately, like, let you all talk. So no, you're perfectly fine. I just wanted to check in, make sure you were in good shape.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely. Okay. So I'm going to join another room in just a second. Give me one sec. Okay.
Ideas.
Hi, guys.
Okay.
Great. Hi, Group 7. Hey, how are you doing?
Good.
We still don't have the question. Where is it? Is it posted?
I did post it, but let me just tell you, this is actually a nice one. When water is offered at lunch, do kids drop weight?
Okay.
Kids drop weight.
And yeah, and you don't have to like it. You don't have to use it. If you've already been working on something else, please feel free to continue. It's just an idea. It could be maybe water gives you inspiration versus energy drinks, or, maybe weight loss gives you inspiration, maybe not, so feel free to pick anything in there that maybe gives you an idea.
All right. Sounds
Okay.
good.
Okay,
Yeah.
let me know if you have any questions, okay, guys?
All right. Thank you.
Okay, sure. And then let me join the next group. If I can get down there, 28, join, yes. Oh, and there's no one here, so let me more breakout rooms. Yes. Hi guys, I just noticed you're back in the main room. Does that mean that you're in good shape and are done, or are you struggling?
We're done.
Okay, perfect. Great. Glad to hear it. Okay. So just hang out for a few minutes and others will be joining you shortly.
Okay.
Okay, looks like almost everyone is back. Looks like one group might still be working. Let's give them one more minute and then I'm gonna bring them back in just about a minute. Okay, I think everyone's back. Wonderful. So I hope that exercise went okay for you. I apologize. Some of you couldn't see the actual hypothesis that I was giving you as inspiration, but hopefully you were able to still come up with something that you thought was interesting. And again, so why are we even going through all this, coming up with hypotheses? Well, because you each, as you can see from the syllabus, are going to come up with your own hypothesis about a research study that you will be getting some data on. You won't be conducting the research study, but you'll be coming up with all the methods for it, and then you'll be receiving some data on it. So coming up with a good hypothesis is a fundamental skill that I want to make sure you have in place. All right, so having said all that, I'm going to go to each of the groups in turn, and would you please let me know what you came up with, okay? So let's start off with group number 1. Your headline was, Wikipedia wants you to hear voices. So whether you use that or not, what did you come up with for a hypothesis?
I don't remember what group we were in.
Oh, okay. That's okay. Well, I came and talked to each of the groups and told them what their headline was. Do you remember what I told you?
I think we may have been done before that because you never popped
Oh,
in on
okay.
it.
That's fine. So go ahead, tell me what since you're talking, Ashley, why don't you just tell me what your group came up with?
So we didn't use anything from the list. We came up with something different.
Okay.
We said, okay, so the headline is trees are popping up sporadically across the state, and then the hypothesis was due to climate change, trees are growing at a rapid pace.
Okay. So how would you tell me, like, let's think about this. So that's kind of a cool hypothesis, right? Trees are popping up all over the place due to climate change. How could we test that? We could probably look at the rate of tree growth right now versus the tree growth in the past.
Right.
That would be kind of an interesting kind of study. Yes, absolutely, we could do that. So very nice. So thank you. Cool. And I suspect you were from group 1 because no one else from group 1 popped up, but
okay, cool.
I think you
I'm
were.
actually in group 1.
Oh, you're group 1?
Yeah.
Okay, so what did you do?
So our headline was Wikipedia wants to hear voices, but we chose not to use that one. We actually decided to talk about Netflix, and so our hypothesis was people that watch, like, the more Netflix that you watch, the more socially detached you are, if that makes sense. We didn't know
Yeah.
whether to form it as a question or a statement. So the question was, like, if you watch more Netflix, does that cause you to be more socially detached?
Right, so that would be the research question, but we did want you to come up with the statement in this case, which you did, which I think is that those who watch Netflix are going to be more socially detached. So that raises some interesting ideas there. How would you measure social detachment? And you could ask questions about how often people are engaging in social activities. You could ask about how many social, their social network and their social resources and what they have in terms of those things. And so I think it leads to many possibilities of some nice things you could ask to kind of get at that question around social detachment. And then you could consider whether you want to keep it, then some kind of confounding variables, some other things that might be there as well to think about is, well, what about cell phone use and what about Facebook? And I know you were being very specific with Netflix, and that's great, but then you might expand your study or run other studies on different types of social media and see, or different venues of screens, and just see what's out there. So I love it. That's a really cool idea for starting off. Okay, so that was group 1. So now we'll check in and see if there's a representative from group 2, the worst airports in the U.S.
I was in group 2, and we did use that headline.
Okay.
Our hypothesis that we made was that location, size, and population determine the quality of an airport.
Okay. So yeah, so does location, size, and what was the third piece? Population determine the quality of an airport. Yeah, and what makes an airport a quality airport versus a not quality airport? You can start asking those kind of questions, right? Is it how nice it looks inside? Is it the kinds of different places they have to buy food and that sort of thing? Is it whether they have comfortable places to sit? Do they have Wi-Fi? You could think of all sort of things that would contribute to quality of an airport. So you could really refine that variable there and kind of make it more interesting. But I love it. That's really cool. That's a nice, interesting hypothesis there. Okay, so the next one was group 3, 5 mistakes women make at the doctor's office.
Yeah, we had that one.
Okay.
We came up with if women are not educated on the proper questions to ask their doctor comment, then they will receive the proper care. Then they won't receive the proper care.
Okay. So yeah, so you could make it about women, or you can make it about people in general, and you could look at, who gets better care at doctors' offices, right? And is it based on how good an autobiographer we are, right? How good we are at sharing our symptoms, maybe how good we are at speaking quickly, since doctors sometimes need to go very quickly with patients. So there's a lot of things we could look at there. Absolutely. Okay, like it. Very cool. Very cool. So then we come to group 4. How are all of those screens changing kids' behaviors?
Yeah, we had group 4. So we were more looking at, we were trying to be like specific. We were looking at their behavior in a school setting. So we said that K-12 students who spend 3+ hours a day may have a worse GPA than those who spend 3 or less hours on screens every day.
Okay, I like it. I really like that. There's a couple of nice pieces that you did there. So one thing is, yeah, you looked at K through 12 students, so you're specific there, and then you looked at 3+ hours versus less than 3 hours in terms of screens. And the nice piece there is you can also, you could make that any screen, or you could really kind of dig deep, dig more detailed, and kind of look at a specific kind of screen. And there's arguments for both. There really is. There's not a bad answer to that, or a wrong answer to that. That's really depending on how you want to approach it. So I like that. That's very nice. I think it meets a lot of the ROTS criteria. Okay, group 5. How your smell can reveal if you are sick.
Okay, so we didn't use that headline.
Okay.
We started a different one before you popped in to tell us.
Sure.
So our hypothesis is college students who start classes face-to-face will get a better GPA than those who are starting classes online.
Yeah. That's a good hypothesis. It really is in these days. Yeah, I mean, I think we're all wondering those sort of things, like how will this whole online response to COVID impact education, impact GPA, impact all of those things. So, so really nice one. I like it. Very cool. Thank you. Okay, so that was 5, right? That was 5, yes. Okay, so now we're up to 6. Watching cute cat videos is instinctual and good for you. I have a feeling this is the one that we already talked with, but let's see. Is there a group 6 here?
We didn't use that.
Okay.
Headline. We didn't know which one it was, and we didn't make a headline.
Okay, what'd you do?
We were talking about how the ad drop deadline was coming up, and so our hypothesis is that more males drops a class than females do.
Oh, okay. I like that. Okay. So yeah, when you're looking at ad drop deadline coming up, and you could look at this across universities, which would be kind of interesting, and maybe more males or maybe more people who identify as male would drop than females, or maybe the other way. But I like that you made it specific and you made a call as to which one it would be. And what's interesting is maybe it would be different at different universities, right? So who knows? That raises some really interesting questions. Very cool. Thanks. And then do we have group 7?
Yeah, you do.
Okay, yeah. Great. What's up, Jermaine? What did you find out?
All right, so we didn't use that one. We tweaked it. We said we use soda instead of water, and would it lead for children to gain weight?
Oh,
And
okay.
we said due to soda having a high content of sugar, it would lead to children gaining more weight.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense, right? So we could look at different beverages, and we could look at it for elementary kids, we could look at it for different ages, and we could see if we could look at the beginning of a school year, let's say, have some kids be offered soda, some kids be offered water, and we could compare the two groups at the end and see how much weight change occurred in these different groups, right? So very nice, like it. And then finally, I think we have group 8, I believe, and is there a representative from group 8, or have we already heard from group 8? Okay, that was my instinct. I think we already heard from group 8 then, because I think that was the one that you guys started with. Okay, so great. Did I miss anyone? Okay, perfect. I'm gonna that's all I wanted to go through with today. I hope it was a good exercise for you guys to get a feel for how you develop hypotheses. We're going to return on Monday with some more questions for you. Remember, there's no lecture for today. There were 2 lectures for day 1 and day 2 for Monday and for Wednesday, so make sure you catch up on those. And if you need anything else, please feel free to hang back, ask me any questions. Other than that, have a wonderful Friday and a wonderful weekend, okay? All right, bye.
I actually have a question. Was
Of
there
course.
a reaction paper due yesterday? Because that's what it says on the syllabus. And
no, it's not due yet, so I apologize if that's what it says on the syllabus. Let me
It says it's due on the 9th on the syllabus.
On September 9th, right?
Yeah. August 26th on the syllabus on the assignment.
It definitely says the 9th. Oh, under that.
Okay, let's pull up the syllabus. Let's take a look. That'll be the easiest thing. So just give me 1 second, and I'll pull up the syllabus and look with you guys. And there's probably something that made it confusing, so let's fix it. So yes, I apologize if there's that sort of error. I'm going to open the syllabus now. And it's probably that maybe it says 2 different things in 2 different places. So I am going to check on that right now. Let me share this with you. Okay, here's the syllabus. And this should be the same one that's posted. So hang on 1 second, I'm going to scroll down. I think the only place I put due dates was in the last part in the Zoom. So I know what the confusion is. The reaction paper is listed on 8/26, but do you see how it says due submit to D2L by 9/9 by 11:59 p.m.?
Okay, I didn't see that. Thank you.
Yeah.
All I saw was reaction paper and due, and I was like, what?
No. So I always give it to you ahead of time. So I'm giving you that's my heads up to you. Start thinking about it. It's due 9/9. So that's how all these are, okay?
All right, thank you. Have a nice
Absolutely. You too. Have a good one. Any other questions?
When will the next lectures be posted?
I will post it over the weekend for Monday.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Hi, I think we're down to just 2 of us. Did you have any questions today?
Oh, no, I didn't have any questions.
Okay, well then you have a great, just hanging out for other questions. Okay, then have a great weekend. I'll talk to you later.
All right, you too.
Okay, bye.